This native from San Jose has been making music since 2008, and he's got over 12,000 Twitter followers and 40,000 Facebook likes. He's performed all over the Bay Area and in places as far as London, and his music was featured in the reality series Keeping Up with the Kardashians. All of this without a manager or publicist. Xavier Toscano just released his latest music video, Apologies Wasted, from his album Feels So Good. And he's here for the 4th time on Outlook Video. Welcome back to the studio, Xavier.
Thank you, Raymond. Thank you.
Now, you've started your career without a manager or a publicist. That's rather unorthodox, right?
I still don't have them, but yeah.
So how difficult, I mean, to do this without a manager or a publicist?
Very tough, but when you want something, you get in there and you roll your sleeves up and you get it done.
So what do you have to, what did you end up doing on your own?
Well, first I needed some material. So I started recording. After that, I just started reading and talking to people and finding out how I could get myself out there. But with the internet, it's a lot easier. There are still people in places that don't respect somebody without a manager or a publicist, but I've gotten away with a lot of things, I would say, like performing at Disneyland, on my own, just through perseverance, knocking on doors, and sometimes being nice, sometimes not being nice. It depends on the situation. You just jump in and get whatever needs to get done. Yeah.
Well, back then, it seems like all an artist had to do was just create a record and send cassettes out to radio stations and get airplay, but it's a whole different landscape out there. So describe what you have to do now that you've got the internet, you've got social media, you've got all these other avenues to publicize yourself.
Learn, absorb, and then action. I mean, there's really no magic formula, and just have the courage and the self-love to put yourself out there, take responsibility for your life, make your dream come true. I mean, there's really no big magical formula.
You've been performing for 7 years. Were there any surprises along the way?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. What were some of them? Like I just said, I performed in Disneyland. That was a huge surprise for me. I never thought I would find myself there, and especially as an immigrant. I've been here since I was 5. I mean, Disneyland was a huge thing for me, and I was promised that I was going to go there as a kid. It didn't really happen, but then here I am as an adult performing there, and it was just like this big American dream for me.
And what was London like?
Oh, London was amazing. I mean, I can't describe the feeling of performing in front of 5,000 people. It's undescribable, the screams, and I can't wait to go back. I'm sure it'll happen again.
Now, your brand new music video, Apologies Wasted, that was performed underwater, it doesn't look easy.
It wasn't.
I mean, I've seen drag queens doing underwater photography on RuPaul's Drag Race, and they just float right back up.
Right.
Yeah, tell me about the process that went into that.
Well, first, I want to make it clear the pool was not heated. It was very cold, and we shot from 7 p.m. to about 12 in the morning. And so it was cold, it was dark, and all we had was this slide above the diving board, and we were instructed to stay right beneath the light. We could only go up and down, and it was cold and so hard. I should have listened to the director who said, you know what, you guys should really practice keeping your breath underwater. I thought, oh, I can do this. I run enough, I dance enough, I can do this. No way. It was hard to stay under the water for more than 6 seconds. And you can imagine, you're trying to make a video, and you have to stay focused. It was tough.
So explain the usage of being underwater in terms of the song itself.
The artistic expression of it?
Yeah, the artistic expression.
Well, the song is about a relationship that I was in that went very sour. It was an abusive relationship, and so imagine yourself drowning. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I noticed from listening to all your music that one common thread that runs through your songs is that you deal with heartbreak. So why do you gravitate to that particular subject?
I mean, I don't know. There's some fun songs in there as well. I would say probably a quarter of them are dealing with heartbreak, but maybe because of the strength that, or the emotional strength in those songs, you may have perceived that. But there is, I guess I'm trying to convey my own experience, and hopefully other people can connect with that, and hopefully it's catharsis for some people.
Yeah. I've followed the career of a lot of recording artists, and one thing I notice is that every recording artist has this broad spectrum of users. So at one end of the spectrum, you have one group of listeners that expect the artist to produce the same type of music all the time. And then on the other end, you've got one group of people that want your music to grow, to expand your horizons. So how do you balance between those two extremes?
I am a big fan of top 40 radio. and I just don't know. I've always gravitated towards it, and I think that that would be like my safety. If you like the radio and you like pop, then I'm going to win you over, hopefully. And as far as growth and expansion, I also like experimenting with new things. So maybe I sort of adapt anything that's new into that sort of favorable type of music.
Mm-hmm. You're a native of San Jose.
Yeah.
What is it about San Jose that brings out the best in you?
The people make San Jose. Gosh, I mean, I still live in my old neighborhood. I still keep in touch with a lot of friends, and San Jose's in my heart.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Xavier, lots of luck with the album.
Thank you.
And we'll look for it out there in the airwaves. And thanks for coming.
Thank you.
And the new music video is Apologies Wasted. Coming up next, it's from his album Feels So Good, and it's available on most online retailers. For more information, go to xaviertoscano.com. You're watching Outlook Video.
Thank you.
We'd love to get mail from you. Send it to Outlook Video at P.O. Box 390996, Mountain View, California, 94039-0996.
To contact us by telephone, call 408-293-3040, extension 205.
Or you can send email to comments@outlookvideo.org.
To learn more about Outlook Video and to get a list of our air dates and times, point your web browsers to outlookvideo.org.
Apologies wasted. If you meant it, there'd be no mistaking. How can I believe that what you say is true? When nothing changes, we never start anew. Cause that's what's in your heart, and it's what you do. Until you change your ways, I'll have to start anew. You make me feel like I can't make a mistake. I have to watch every move that I make. You make me feel like I am broken inside. Don't treat me good enough to be by your side. How can you call it love when it's pain you bring? Your actions turn to lies, sweet words don't mean